Hi guys, Alex here. Having a think about taking risks and taking advantage of this tricky time we are in with the lockdown, and thinking about how to really make the most of the current situation. I know it isn't obvious for many of us when we're sitting indoors and not able to experience more of the world and be more inspired and go further afield and meet more people in person and do all the things that tend to inspire us creatively. It feels like that's lacking a little bit, and it feels like there's a lack of opportunity right now. But of course, this isn't the case at all. In fact, it's often the more challenging moments, the more challenging periods that we go through that are the biggest sources of opportunity, if we are willing to look in that direction, if we're willing to put attention over there. And I started off a few weeks ago when this lockdown started. I was much more bullish on taking or seeing opportunity in this world we're in at the moment. And I kind of went a little bit cold on the trail. I sort of backed off a little bit because I found myself unable to get particularly motivated over the last few weeks. I've been finding it difficult to stay productive and to stay interested in what's going on, because the days start merging into one another and it starts to feel a bit lethargic and a bit tedious. But you have to, after a certain point, you've got to start motivating yourself regardless of the situation, because I suppose we found ourselves in this for such a long time now. I've found no other alternative but to get excited again, to find a way to get interested in what's happening, to find a way to get excited about what's going on and where the opportunity is. Because, as I said, there's always opportunity, especially in difficult times, especially when everyone else around you, when the crowd is thinking one thing. And if they're thinking about things in a negative way, that's a really solid opportunity for you to step forward and go against the grain, and to think in a positive way. Think in a way that is creative, that opens up possibilities. So this is just a reminder for you guys and for me to have a look around you and see how life is guiding you right now, because life is always guiding us. And when things are easy, what is so often overlooked is when things are comfortable, when things are easy, it's a lot harder to see opportunity. It's a lot harder to get creative, because creativity really thrives when there's limitation, when there is less, when there is danger. Think about being on a survival expedition. If things were going well, you wouldn't feel the need to protect, to build a fort, to go out and hunt for food, and to be self-sufficient. Now there is much more of a sense of needing to do that. But we're in an interesting spot because a lot of us are sitting at home feeling lethargic and feeling comfortable, if I'm honest, watching Netflix and stuff. And that kind of takes the edge off things. It doesn't feel like things are that dangerous. But at the other side of it, we are entering a massive recession. We're entering an entirely different world. And if you're not prepared at the end of this, when we come out of it, or even now, we're going to find ourselves at the wrong end of the stick, really having to catch up in the sense of being on top of things and going out and knowing how to make money and being able to fend for ourselves. We need to be thinking about all that kind of stuff now. And now is the time to look around and see what opportunities there are. The world is changing. Nothing will be as it was. It looks like we'll be in this social distancing environment for many, many months, if not years. So the way we interact with one another, the way we do business is really changing. It's making everyone think twice about how to travel and how to do anything in life. There's going to be a lot more remote work. There's going to be a lot more people doing things indirectly rather than directly. So, for example, one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot is, as I've been diving into the world of writing and writing books and wanting to move my career in the direction of book writing, I've been thinking about, well, what's the future in store for writers? What does the future hold? What does the present hold for authors? Well, fewer people are going into places like Waterstones and Barnes and Noble and buying books physically. Fewer people are going into libraries. It might be a short-term thing, but you might as well think about how things are changing and be one step ahead of the curve. And what I'm seeing is that the world of self-publishing is, without a doubt, going to continue to grow. The world of audiobooks and narrating things through audio is going to grow. I'm thinking a lot about my target audience of younger teenagers, younger boys, and I'm thinking about what kinds of things they're going to be looking for in the future, and how this world is changing and how they're going to be adapting to that world. And so it's got me thinking about, okay, well, how can I really take advantage of what we've got at the moment? And right now it's making more ebooks, creating more products that people are going to be able to buy over and over again. It's about learning how to market yourself better online, how to make use of ads and Facebook ads and social media and YouTube to better build an audience and be able to sell more of my digital products, rather than thinking too much about getting my stuff traditionally published and sold in shops. Things are changing. People are going to be buying fewer physical books. They already were, but this is a trend that's really going to be accelerating now. More people are going to be buying Kindles. Jeff Bezos is going to be continually more and more rich every day as more people buy more of his stuff. That's a reality. And I also wanted to turn it over to you. How is the current situation prompting you, when you start looking for it, prompting you to adapt in a way that is going to end up very beneficially for you, because you're aware, you're understanding that opportunity can be found anywhere, particularly when times are difficult, particularly when people are panicked, particularly when people have a sense of need for certain things elevated above other things. How are you going to adapt in a way that feels potentially like a risk right now, that you're going to really benefit from, particularly in this new world? Perhaps it's creating an online food delivery business, or an online delivery business of other products. Maybe it is doing online coaching and being able to work remotely through Zoom calls and things like that. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this kind of stuff as we go. Mainly it'll be around creating books and stories, and got a beetle stuck on my finger, and creating a business through out of storytelling, and creating non-fiction, fiction, especially. And this has been tricky for me, because it's like, what am I doing adding more books into the ocean of books that are currently out there? There are so many stories. Why would children want more stories? And so it very much feels like a risk, but at the same time I think there's a massive opportunity here for allowing children to vicariously live the lives of their heroes through stories and adventures. And I think there's a lot of room for good writing and good stories to come out, and also in terms of making money and making a business out of this. I think there's opportunity there. And then of course being aware of how these things are going to be delivered online to these kids in a way that's enjoyable, and in a way that their parents are going to see it. So I've got to be able to market to their parents. That's not the only thing I'm doing. I'll be working on non-fiction stuff as well, but I'll be talking about all that stuff in later videos. Just wanted to draw attention to the idea that there is opportunity all around us, and if you blink, you'll miss it. You know, you have to be astute. You have to be looking for it in the first place to be able to seize it. If you don't know that there are opportunities and businesses to be made from all this, and advantages to be taken, not in a manipulative, evil sense, but to really positively make the most of the current situation and to benefit the world for the better. There are ways to do that, and I'm thinking about it all the time. The more that I think about it, the more creative I become, the more opportunities I notice. I want to hear from you about how you might have been seeing and seizing opportunity in all this. Looking forward to seeing your comments down below. I always like to read through what you guys are up to, what you guys want to hear more of. Make sure you go to alexmathers.net, my personal website. It's alexmathers.net, and scroll down and make sure you sign up to my newsletter. I'm continually sharing articles and new books and new products through there that you won't really find anywhere else. And you want to be hooked in, so make sure you subscribe. Do subscribe over here, and do like this video if you liked it. Got a dog here covered in seeds, who's marking her territory very wisely. Over and out, guys. See you in the next video.